Hi again, everybody. Welcome to the 11th update to my roof repair progress. Today is Wednesday. I didn't get anything done on the roof yesterday, but I got things sort of prepared. I found some old tar paper. I have plenty of tar paper, but I had to dig it out. And then today I cut 4 pieces of tar paper and got everything rigged up to go up to put it on, and found out I cut them all too short. So I had to come back down and cut 4 bigger ones. So I brought them back up and stapled them in place, and they're done and ready, so I'm happy with that. Here's a picture from a distance of the finished product. This panel is bowed up about, I don't know, about an inch in the middle, which means that this standing rib has been stretched on the top. And so to bend it back, you either got to compress that top or you got to stretch the entire panel. And both of those seem like they're hard jobs. On one of the longer salvage panels, I stood on it when it was on the ground to see if I could flatten it out, and it immediately buckled this standing rib right here. So I don't know if that's salvageable. It's going to be tricky to do, if at all, and I'll learn whether it is by working on this shorter one that's a lot straighter already. So what I've done is clamped a couple of 1x2s along the standing rib, and then what I'm going to do is just stand on it and try to straighten it. And the 1x2s hopefully will keep the thing from buckling, and I'll fix it either by compressing the top of the metal or stretching the bottom of it. It may not work at all. If it doesn't, then I'm going to have to buy 3 panels, and I only have 1 that I can use. So that's the experiment for today, and we'll see how it turns out. Well, I can smash it to the ground, but then it bends back up. So let me put the board under here and see if I can smash it a little further. Doesn't seem to have sprung back as far. I think this end of the panel is bent more together. That's pretty nearly flat. Left and right. See how it looks. It's a little hard to sight with the 1x2s there. Okay, after quite a bit more clamping and bending and stamping, I think I got this thing straight. I wasn't sure it would work, but now I'm pretty sure it will. So I'll let you sight down and see how straight that turned out to be. Looks like on this end there's a little bit of a hook that shouldn't hurt much, but I'll try to take that out. But I think it'll work, so my hopes are up. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the outcome of that. Now I'll straighten up the edges and corners. They're a little ragged, and then I'll have to go up on the roof and prepare the raw edge of the existing one. It's been bent over, so I'm going to have to stand it back up and get it straight enough to accept this one, and we'll go from there. Before I can put that panel up, I need to prepare the metal, because the panel has to overlap the lower one, and since they're the same size, it won't nest. So the top panel has to be reworked to be narrower in the part that it overlaps the panel underneath, and that takes some doing. And since I have had experience doing that, and I knew that I documented it, I did some research in my journal, which I keep. And I keep a copy up here. This is volume 4. And if you're interested, if you visit my website, paulandellen.com, you can go into my journal entries, and we're on the link that says index to all journal entries, which is at the bottom of every entry, and it's also, if you click on the log house, you can find your way to any date. And the date I wrote this in here was 10/23/08. So if you go to that journal entry, you can read the description of how I repaired my roof the last time the panel slid off. This job is not as complicated because I don't have to mate an existing standing rib. Fortunately, I have to mate the raw edge, which is a lot easier. That's just like putting them on in the first place. So the only tricky thing is reworking the bottom of the panel so that it's narrower, so that it fits inside the one that's below it. And that's all described in that journal entry. If you're interested and you visit my website, you might want to look it up and read what I'm doing. Anyway, that's what I have ahead of me tomorrow, is doing the metal work to get the panel so that it will overlap. There you can see on the left edge of the panel to the right, where I have to start, you'll see the 4 clips. Not much to see. So after I got the clips down, then I did another trick that I invented. That is, I took my tape and hooked it onto one of the screws from the clips that I put down, and stretched it across the tar paper, and then drove a screw every 16 inches from there to the edge. Now, there aren't too many of those, there are just 3 of them, and so it wouldn't make much difference on this little patch job, but it made a big difference on the 42-foot expanse of the roof. I did that for the whole 42-foot when I installed the roof, and my panels didn't walk because each new panel was registered exactly where it should be, as opposed to gaining a little bit with each panel or losing a little bit with each panel and having the whole roof be off when you get to the end. So anyway, I did that, and then the last thing was, well, I guess the clips. Put all the clips down, and that's it. So now, before I go home, I may have some time to begin fashioning this panel, but what it amounts to is trimming the ends according to the instructions that I wrote up in my journal that you can read about on my website. So that's about it for this week. Until next time, Thanks for watching.